Oh, the roots are sticking out from under the snow over there, so be careful. I guided them through the forest path that I trekked through all the time. The fog wasn't so thick now. We could almost see the tower up ahead. The other two followed behind me. Because they were constantly training, they managed this small journey without any difficulty.
I wasn't able to pay much attention before, but...
It's pretty harsh out here. I don't think I can ever live like this.
I don't think it's all that hard. It's pretty vast, and the air is cleaner in the forest.
But isn't it cold?
You get used to it.
What do you do about bathing?
It's hard to gather water, so I get by.
Is it alright for a woman your age to be that way?
I'm not staying filthy or anything. I've never found life here to be inconvenient.
I can't deal with it if there's no bath.
We talked as we went through the forest toward the tower. Bathing's overrated. The walk was so long when I was alone, but it felt so fast when going in a group. This'll be the day Ashen Hawk comes home and is like, who are these people? I always thought the snow was cold and annoying, but it felt like it was falling so gently today. Of course, I know it was just a matter of my own perception. Cognition, if you will. Come on in.
Thank you. You leave the tower with the fire still burning.
Huh?
The stove is on. That's dangerous.
Oh, that's because... Yeah, I knew it. It's time for them to be like, "You've been living with a man unsupervised? Scandalous!"
Jed, did you just return?
I heard talking inside. Oh, he's here today. I hadn't seen him in a while, so I assumed he wouldn't be back. I mean, he's gotta come back sometime. He's never here when I want him to be. That's how you know he's a wizard. I started to get irritated. Oh, I brought guests. There's no problem with that, right?
Guess? There aren't exactly no problems with it, mind you. This is the dwelling of a phantom. It loses its luster when it gets noisy.
I've lived here for years and I've never seen a ghost. Oh no, I better explain to the two of them about Ashen Hawk before they go crazy. I was sick of keeping secrets, so I had to explain it properly so they didn't misunderstand. Just living with this suspicious-looking man would give rise to a lot of misunderstandings. Let me introduce you. His name is Ashen Hawk. I turned around toward them, but I stopped myself when I saw their faces. Ashen Hawk looks a little terrified.
Oh.
They were really surprised. It was like they'd just seen a ghost. The brightness in Levi's face earlier had completely vanished, and he was becoming more and more pale. Levon on the other hand, looked threatening, with eyes filled with anger. Ashen Hawk is looking at them with the opposite expression. What's the matter, you two?
Jed, who are these two?
Seeing the two of them brought a tremor to Ashen Hawk's voice. He was always joking around, so I'd never heard his voice like this. Ashen Hawk, you too? What's going on? Do you guys know each other? I didn't know what's going on, so I could only say the first thing that came to mind. The three of them all continued looking at each other.
Phantom.
Levi? Levi mumbled something. A phantom? What? Was I the only one that doesn't understand the situation? No, I'm also with you, girl.
No!
Levi? Dang. He ran outside the tower into the foggy darkness and disappeared in the blink of an eye. What should I do? Should I go after him? But... Ashen Hawk and Levon continued glaring at each other. Levi was obviously acting strange. After thinking for a moment, I decided to go after Levi. Well, I'm sorry, I love you, Levi, but I'm worried about my boy Ashen Hawk in there. Like, what's happening? I couldn't see where he'd gone, but thankfully the winds were quiet tonight. I followed the sounds of the footsteps I heard as I tried to chase after Levi. Levi, wait!
Get away! Get away! Don't!
I could hear his footsteps. The sound began to soften as he moved farther away. I felt that I needed to catch him quickly or else I'd never see him again. That was how strange I thought Levi was acting. What's going on? Levi ran down an animal trail that I didn't normally use. He ran through the forest, weaving left and right on the narrow path. Ah! I didn't notice it in the darkness because I wasn't familiar with this path. I was running at full speed and a dried branch pierced my arm. Ow! I could feel myself bleeding. It must have gone in really deep. But that wasn't enough to stop me. I needed to find Levi. Suddenly, the footsteps I had been following stopped. I only heard the murmurs of the stream. That's right. There's a river over here. Levi! Could he have fallen into it? My worry started to grow. Lord! Ooh, new background. The river sounds grew louder. At the edge of the forest, it came into view. It seems that my worries were for nothing. The river seemed to carry away the fog. Thanks to that, I could see Levi huddled over next to the river. What the hecky hey, man? Levi! I'm so glad I found you. I felt relieved as I slowly approached Levi. Was he shaking? He held his head between his knees like a small child. Levi. Levi twitched at my call.
Oh!
He doesn't really respond to me. He just cried and groaned. What was I supposed to say to him? Let's go back. No, that wasn't it. It's all right. That wasn't it either. I didn't know the circumstances, so I didn't know what to say. For now, the top priority was to calm him down. I walked in front of him and called his name again. Levi. He looked up slightly. I saw my reflection in his eyes as I reached out to him.
Lord!
Huh? I remembered after he said it. My sleeve was bright red. It didn't hurt much, but I was surprised at how much I was bleeding. I'm fine. It doesn't hurt as bad as it looks. Oh. That is a new look.
Lord! The blood! Don't look at me! Don't look at me!
A beastly roar. At the same time, Levi jumped up and tackled me. I saw something gleaming in his right hand as he raised it to the sky. Ah! I jumped back out of reflex. I couldn't dodge it. I then felt a burning sensation in my shoulder. Red flower petals danced in front of my eyes. What was this? Huh. Well, this is not at all what I was expecting to happen. I'm trying to decide if this is similar to Yamato going beast mode or not. It's my blood. Everything appeared to move in slow motion as if time was beginning to freeze. He slashed me. Levi. Why? I didn't know. I don't know if he knew it was you. Oh, right! It's the... I didn't even pay attention to the actual knife part. It's the knife from the murders. What? Okay, the plot thickens. Levi was holding a hawk feather? No, it was a knife that was made to look like one. I had seen it before. Yes. It was the same one at the murder scene. It was from the serial murders that the townspeople were talking about. The Black Shadow. Why was Levi? I didn't know. I couldn't tell, my mind was blanking out. At the same time, I lost the sense of what was up or down. This isn't a, genocide Jill situation, is it, by any chance? That would be interesting. Like, you know, just like her, you see blood, personality switches to the serial killer. I was falling. My body was falling. A large, watery splash. Are we gonna die here and then loop? I felt myself being enveloped in bitter coldness. My body heat was sucked out of me instantly. And then, my vision went black. Is that the end of the chapter? Yep. Intermission! The Black Shadow, clear chapter 5. Where... You cannot, like, start a chapter with, like, the sparkly lights and be like, hey there, how's it going? Hi, Hugh, how are you?
Hey there. Can you hear me all right? Seems like you can. Good. You're in the middle of a dream right now. Are you wondering why I'm in your dream? The answer is simple. Because this isn't your dream.
Great. Clear as mud.
You and I are in this fake, yet very real dream that the Kaleidovia's fragment is projecting. You might not understand what I'm trying to say. But that's okay. You'll forget everything by the time you wake up. When you open your eyes, nothing will remain. But if I'm able to leave something in your heart, your future might change. The choice you make may be different. That's what I think. Now then, I have some notes I've written here. This is the truth that I know while I sought the Kaleidovia. All the stories are quite interesting to me, but I'm not sure how you may view them.
Are these the notes that you were selling to us as the old man in the inn?
You might find some inconvenient truths you didn't want to know. Although you'll forget it all anyway. If you wish for a simple and peaceful life, I recommend that you don't read them. So, what do you say? Would you still like to read it? I see. Then you leave me no choice. Turn the page with your own hands. To the page where you'll find the truth you seek.
Ah. I love this background you got going on here. Okay, so we've got 5, and it looks like we're gonna get another 5 at some point. Alright, well, while we're dying in our dream state from the Kaleidovia, so does that mean the town we're living in is just a dream of the Kaleidovia? And or is it the dream of the person who owns the Kaleidovia? And is that person someone who's also in this? That would make sense. The dreamer has got to be... Oh no, I'm getting Taisha Alice vibes again. The dreamer's got to be here too. Who's dreaming the dream? Who dreamed it? Who dreamed it? Alright, let's start with Son of the Wolf. Moving to scene Son of the Wolf. Backlog information and in progress scene will be lost. Are you sure? I don't know. Am I sure? Whoa. I didn't want to... No. I'm not done. Ugh. Okay. I just wanted to save, boo. Just let me save. Gosh. I was scared, okay? I twitched. I twitched out. I'm not done. Okay. Now I feel safe to go. Let's go.
That man deserves to die. That's what I've been thinking all along. How could I think that of my own father?
Is this Levon's point of view?
He was always so selfish and had never considered his own family. Every time that man did anything, Mother would be angry, then sad. Whenever my father disappeared somewhere, my mother would always tell me, "Do not grow up to be like your father."
Don't cry, Mother. I'll try my best. I won't become like that man. I will become a proper lord for the family.
The ideal lord. With a strong sense of responsibility. Generous to the people. Intelligent. That is the kind of lord I will become. But would I be able to? Would I be able to become an upstanding adult? One day, my father vanished, and he was never to return. Mother told me so with an infant I didn't recognize in her arms.
Your dad left the same day that Jed joined the family?
Who was that? Not that I really cared. That man disappeared. Now, Mother will never have to cry or be angry again. She began to smile more. But those smiles were never directed toward me. She only ever smiled at that infant.
Damn.
Only the infant would be loved by Mother. Even if it made a mistake or cried, it was given love ceaselessly. I've put in so much effort, yet this one can do nothing and still. The infant in my mother's arms was soon able to begin walking. I found out it was a girl.
Yeah? How? When? Under what circumstances?
She was a girl, but why was she being raised as a boy? Could it be that Mother intended on making her the Lord instead of me?
Oh, interesting. So that's where your thought process went. Okay. Interesting, interesting.
Why? Because I'm not dependable. Because I wouldn't be the ideal lord. Because I'm that man's son.
Damn.
I didn't know. I was always so worried about this, yet the girl was always smiling. How can you smile like that? You were found somewhere. You're not our family. I hate her. I can't become the ideal adult. Mother won't smile for me. I hate everything. When I grew up a little more, I found her in an unusual place. She was in the shadows behind the manor, crouching over and crying. What are you doing?
Levon?
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying.
You're lying. You were crying just now.
Because I'm lonely. I have no mother or father.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
You're always smiling in front of Mother.
I have to smile, or Francisca always looks like she's about to cry. You're amazing, Levon. You're always able to help her.
That's not true.
I'm only smiling because that's all I can do.
After saying that, she wiped her tears and smiled. I was the same. Just as I was working hard to please, she also was forcing herself to smile. When did I stop smiling? When was the last time I smiled in front of Mother? You're amazing.
I'm not.
No, you are. You're strong. I have to become stronger too, so that I won't lose to her, Jed. She's really a woman, but she's working hard. I had to do better than Jed. Since then, I worked even harder. I can't lose to her. I have to be stronger with the sword.
Wow, how do you move that quickly?
I have to be smarter.
Hey, can you teach me that?
More. Stronger than her. So that people will say I'm better. So that I can become my ideal self.
Levon, you're amazing.
Man, this is interesting territory.
But I wonder why. The closer I get to my ideal, the more ugly emotions flow outward. I want to be someone special to her. But I can't. I shouldn't. But I want to.
Oh boy, well. Uh-huh. Yeah, we're on the full-on Yandere train, everybody. Let's go.
I want to touch her. I want to steal her away. I want to tell her my feelings. These emotions are so ugly. These selfish emotions. At this rate, I'll be the same as that man. Nothing will have changed.
Acting on romantic feelings for somebody makes you your dad? In what way, sir? In what way? Everything else makes sense. He's got a bit of a complex going on, which is understandable considering his background. But yeah, he wants to steal her away. Also, I just noticed butterfly. Ooh, pretty butterfly. Immediately distracted. Okay, so that was Levon's perspective. Does this mean this is Levi's?
Again. I did it again. I wasn't asked to do this. I didn't even know if he was going to be a hindrance. I killed again. I can't hold this desire back. My body and soul disobey my mind and move on their own accord. Maybe there's a monster inside of me, and that thing is taking over my body to do this. But today's kill was pretty well done. Only my fingertips are dirty. I'm getting better at this. But I can't brag about this to anyone, no matter how good I get. I couldn't tell anyone in the first place. I'd better get cleaned up. I went to the well in the back of the manor. No one uses it at this hour. I dumped the almost freezing water on myself.
You know what? I feel so dumb. I shouldn't feel dumb, but it just all of a sudden hit me why Levi oversleeps and is late for shifts. It's because he's killing in the dead of night. I'm like, that was foreshadowing and I missed it. I'm like, oh, it's Levi, you know, he's irresponsible, he's a goofball, it makes sense. Like, they got me with that one.
The blood all flowed away, but the stench still remained. I think it's stuck on me at this point. On my fingers. Under my nails. The stench of death. It stinks. I dumped more water on me. It still smells. I dumped even more water on me. I rubbed my nails together as roughly as I could. It wouldn't come off. No matter how much I washed it off, the smell wouldn't go away. But that's only natural. The stench was only a figment of my imagination. The visual memory stimulates my sense of smell. On a whim, I went to look at a body of someone I killed a while ago. I really shouldn't do this until it's been discovered, but I hid it a little too well. The corpse was protected by the cold air of the night and would never decompose. Yet it still gave off a terrible stench. The skin had a ghastly pale color, making it indistinguishable between a man or a woman. It belonged to a human long dead. Even seeing that change, I felt nothing. All right. Still dead. I did kill it right. This should be all right. All right? What's all right?
What are you looking at?
The man that was supposed to be dead was standing in the darkness. It was the man I killed. He looked at me with hatred in his eyes. But that's all he does. He just stares. Those bloody, rotted eyes look at me. The ghosts chase after the stench of death stuck on me.
Go away. Don't look at me.
Did Levi think that he had killed Ashen Hawk, and then when he saw him, he was like, it's a ghost, and ran out because he got freaked out by that?
I closed my eyes and told that to myself over and over again. It's all right. I killed him properly. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Even when my fingers lost feeling from the cold, the stench still remained. My hands no longer felt warm. Maybe these hands don't belong to a human anymore. The hands of a monster. Ice cold.
Levi?
Ah! Chad? Did he see me? No, I washed off all the blood. There should be nothing left.
I heard water splashing, so I was wondering what it was. If you're washing your hands, you should have done so inside.
Well, about that.
Okay, well, we did get confirmation it is the Black Shadow. We weren't faked out. Oh, I see. You were probably playing with mud, weren't you? And you thought Francisca would yell at you.
What? I would never do something childish like...
Wow, that's cold! Your hands are as cold as ice, Levi!
He held my hand without hesitation.
And Levi was completely innocent as to Jed's true identity.
You're okay? Even while holding my hand?
Come on inside. I was making some nice hot soup. You should have some. Levi?
I hope it's edible.
Oh, you're going to be like that. Fine, you don't have to force yourself to eat.
Haha, I'm kidding.
Yes? Everything good?
It was warm. His hands. His words. His eyes that looked over at me. I was sure the soup was just the same and would warm my heart. As long as I'm with him. As long as I'm allowed to be with him. I can remain human. I won't have to become a cold monster. I can just stay human.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So that's... Whew. Man. Some deep things have happened so far. I gotta say. Onto a certain boy. Lucas, I presume? Barefoot, eh?
The young boy walked around town barefoot. He couldn't buy food, let alone shoes.
Or it might be Elric, I wonder.
He went through the trash behind stores to fend off hunger, but that wasn't enough to satiate him. He was found by the storekeeper, hit, and chased away. The other townspeople looked at that boy from afar. On the boy's arms were the markings of a criminal, scars from burns that still remained. No one offered to help. Nothing but gazes of contempt were given to that boy. With nowhere to go, the boy wandered into the forest. How far had he walked? Soon he found himself at the old tower. Maybe he could get out of the cold in here.
Oh, or is this Ashen Hawk's story?
The boy entered the tower and started climbing higher, and he wished for someone to save him. Anyone. A voice spoke in the back of the boy's mind.
I am a witch.
A woman said that. I don't care if she is the witch, if she can save me. If no one else will.
Where are we?
When he realized it, he was at the top of the tower. He went near the edge to look down. It was higher than he thought. If he jumped from here... If no one will save me, then I might as well. Are you going to jump? I'm sure it'll feel great. A man's voice. He turned around and saw a ghostly figure. But you shouldn't do that. From the way I see it, you don't appear to have wings. It won't feel good when you hit the ground. After saying that, the man embraced the young boy. The man's hands were very cold.
Okay. Is this Jed's father? I'm so lost.
The man did not know how to cook. All that was placed on the table was hardened bread, as if it were frozen. He also had some raw vegetables that were cut up. But to that boy, it was a feast. The boy asked why he was being given food. The man said he may not look it, but he had a child about the same age. Only the man and the boy were at the tower. Where was that child now? The boy thought it was strange, but he did not ask anything more. For the next few days, the boy stayed with the man. He ate and slept well, allowing him to return to good health. And after that, he had the desire to return to town. The town was filled with memories of his family. Upon hearing that, the man simply smiled.
Then you should go to the church. They will not turn away children like yourself.
Okay. So, is this Ashen Hawk talking to Elric? I still don't know whose story this is. I mean, the fact that he's sending him to the church makes me think that this is Elric, but then Ashen Hawk is like, I have a child about your age? When was this? Huh?
And here's a little gift for you.
An expensive-looking ring was given to the boy. Fitted between the prongs with a bestial motif was a beautiful gem that felt like he would get sucked into.
Is that the same ring that we saw Olgar with, or is it a different ring?
You can sell it or hold on to it. There may come a time when it will be useful to you.
The boy bid farewell to the man and returned to town. Just as the man said, the church took in the boy. The priest had a strange birthmark on the back of his hand and did not take away his belongings.
Wait, the priest had a strange birthmark? He was also the priest? Who was the... Or is this Lawrence? Is this Lawrence's story? And Hugh took it? I'm so dizzy. I don't know who's who. I don't know who I am. What's happening?
The boy was relieved he did not have to sell it. He was overjoyed about that. The church also had taken in a girl, younger than the boy.
Uh-huh.
The boy saw someone weaker than him for the first time in his life. The girl depended on him, so the boy chose the girl as someone he must protect.
Uh-huh. And the girl was?
The time they spent at the church was short. A certain man adopted the boy. The man looked important.
Now this has to be Lucas, right? Does that mean... Oh, I don't understand. I don't know who this is. I need some confirmation. You guys will be like, well, you're doing this voice through the entire thing. Yeah, because I edited it in post-production. But present Molly is confused.
The man looked strong. Come with me. I will erase the mark of the criminal from you.
So... Lucas is an orphan boy. He's not Olgar's biological son. Is... T... his biological daughter? Or was T at the church? Or was the girl at the church Jed? No, couldn't have been Jed, because Jed was raised by the wolves from an infant. We got that confirmed. Or is there multiple timelines where things change sometimes, but some things are the same? I just don't know.
The man's name was Olgar. Olgar made the boy his son. And he made that girl his daughter.
Alright! So they're not... none of those three are related. T is not... Like, I mean, they're not biologically related. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Thus, this was how the boy was able to gain a family. A father and a sister. A new family, different from the one he had before.
So who was your family before?